How we going, everybody? Welcome to the very first edition episode. I already said edition, didn't I? Of Dexty Collects. Dexty Collects is very pretty self-explanatory, I think. I'm going to be collecting things, mainly physical media, stuff like DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, music, all that sort of jazz. Maybe not jazz, not the biggest fan of jazz. Prefer more like pretty much anything but country and jazz, to be honest, because I'm one of those people. I'm planning on recording in the morning. This is the night before, and I thought I'd just record an intro now because I'm going to be up pretty late. I'm watching a football match. If anyone's wondering, it's currently 0-0. You're about to take a corner. Let's see. Nothing happened. Australia cleared it. Nice one, lads. I'm going to be up late watching this game. I've got work early in the morning. I'm going to try and record, but I'm not going to hold, what do they say? I'm not going to rely on it, is what I'm saying. So I thought I'd record an intro tonight just to get it started. Yeah, so I'm planning on, going to work, doing the whole shebang, as you do. Gotta put that work in, gotta grind, put in the work, put in the hours, take what's ours, and everything that Dwayne the Rock Johnson said to us in that one video. And probably go around, look in a couple of stores, CEX, Salvos, stuff like that. See if I can find anything, and I'll bring you along for the journey. And we'll see how it goes. First time doing it, so got me some slack, but we'll see. That's the plan. Just thought I'd, like I said, do an intro now. And welcome you all to the absolute behemoth, future behemoth that will be Dexty Collects. So I hope you all enjoy. I'll pass it now on to future Dexty. And hopefully he'll record, and hopefully it'll be like in the morning when I wake up or something. Cool. Cheers, lads. Australia lost. So I stayed up late and lost sleep for nothing. Cheers, lads. Alright, here we are in the CEX. I walked straight in. I was just, they have Blu-rays right at the front, so I went straight in for the Blu-rays. Went straight in, dived right in. As you can see, there's a decent amount in. Today. Normally when I come in, there's a lot more Blu-rays, with the cover facing out, which tends to mean there's not really a lot in, or not a lot of variety in. There was a fair few in here. A couple of things that I found interesting. There's just one here. It was Back to the Future. I was going to pick that up, but I realized it was the trilogy with all the 3 movies in it, so it was $35, and not a bad price, to be honest, but I was only planning on spending about $20. I didn't really want to spend the $35. I found down here there was a Futurama movie for $12 on Blu-ray, which I was considering buying. I didn't actually know that they made Futurama movies. I know that they did Family Guy ones, but they're not made by the same people, so I didn't really consider it. There wasn't much on this side of the shelf, just on the side of what we already looked at. I decided to go off and have a look at some other things. I saw in the window here there was a couple of SNES games for a lot of prices. It's a very high price. I mean, you got Ocarina of Time with $325 with a big W sticker on it, believe it or not. I'm not actually sure how much that goes for. I'm not big into collecting the SNES games and whatnot. Yeah, nothing. Super Mario World, obviously, Illusion of Time. And then up here I saw that you had Manhunt, lots of copies of Manhunt on the Wii. I had Alice Man's Return to the PS3 and Lollipop Chainsaw for the PS3. The Manhunt ones were all $100 plus. I think Lollipop Chainsaw was about $90. After this, I decided to go on a little walk. There was a fair few people near the register right at the front and all the Blu-rays and stuff. So I went to look at the original Xbox games. They had the 50-cent game. They had Black down there. I think that's about $15. I saw down here they had Gun, the original Xbox. I didn't actually know they had an original Xbox copy of Gun. It makes sense because obviously it came out in PlayStation 2 era, but I didn't actually know that they had released it on the original Xbox. I also just saw that. Oh, I would really love to pick that up. There's Counter-Strike on the shelf there. Oh, that would have been awesome to pick up. I have to go back there one day and hopefully they still got it. Nothing really interesting there. Obviously Gun, but nothing that I was willing to pick up at today. A couple of games, Sunset Overdrive on the shelf. I've already got on PC. I found this Steelbook of Gears of War 4. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, pretty much your bog standard NBA, FIFAs, that sort of stuff, all the really cheap games. I came over here, looked at the 360 section. We had Skyrim, the regulars, Call of Duties, Dead Space, Red Dead. I found here there was this game I didn't even know that existed, Lego Rock Band. I obviously know Rock Band. I didn't know they had a Lego version of it, so I found that pretty interesting. Just a little look around, nothing too fancy. I saw Left 4 Dead 2 for $38, which I thought was pretty ridiculous. I mean, you can get that really cheap on Steam. I know that on the console it's probably more expensive. And here we have Mass Effect 3, I believe. Yes, Mass Effect 3 in the Steelbook. I thought that was pretty interesting. Never played Mass Effect, but $15 for a Steelbook is not too bad. If you want to get a Steelbook, go CEX, because they don't actually price the Steelbooks any different to the regular game normally. But yeah, I thought $38 for Left 4 Dead 2 was a bit crazy. I mean, I own that. I got it years and years ago, second hand for like $10. But I thought I'd have a walk over, look at the PS3 games. I found Pain on PS3. Physical. I didn't actually know they released a physical game, a physical copy of it. I knew that it was a PlayStation Network game. I didn't know that a physical of it. $52 is, honestly, I think that's pretty reasonably priced, because you don't see it anywhere, because it only really came out when it did, and that was it. I went over to look at the PS3 because I want to try and get Portal on every physical copy possible. So Orange Box, Portal 2, all that stuff, but couldn't find it in there today on PS3. I already got the Orange Box on Xbox 360. I had a quick look at the 4Ks, Blu-rays. I don't really have too much of a look at them, because they're a bit more expensive than I'd like, because it's 4K. I saw Five Nights at Freddy's. It was about $20, I think, and I was really tempted to get it because it's one that I've been wanting to get for the collection for a while, Five Nights at Freddy's, because I enjoyed the movie. I mean, I grew up when Five Nights at Freddy's was like the game, so I'm a pretty big fan. I decided against it. Next up, I walked on over to the Salvos store. If you don't know what the Salvos is, it is a charity shop for the Salvation Army. They tend to have pretty cheap DVDs in here. The one that I normally go to is about $1. This one is $2 a DVD. I ended up finding a DVD off rip straight away, and I showed it to the camera, but I'm going to have to cut that out because spoilers. Quite a fair few things here, to be fair. I mean, there's Love Actually, Easy A. I've been thinking about getting Easy A. I'm not really sure. The one that they have at this store has been here for a while. It's not the greatest condition. Look at The Hangover. They've got a Love Actually here, which I'm pretty sure I'm about to pull out. Yes, I am. A 10th anniversary edition, I believe. I wanted to have a look at that one. Great camera work by me. Checking the disc and everything, because my sister loves that movie, and she made it a goal to collect more, but decided not to, because I don't know if she already had it or not. So it's another one for another day. I could come back and get it if we need it. Probably won't go anywhere anytime soon, because there's so many of them. There was a couple of things here and there that I looked at. There was a We the Millers. That was here a while ago, but it was really dodgy. The case was a bit banged up. They lost the plastic on the case, so the cover for it was just taped on. And I'm not all for that. It's one of those ones where I feel like I can find it elsewhere. Found Dodgeball here. Great movie, by the way. And I thought, I might get that. And then I looked closer, because it's actually on my list, Dodgeball, and I looked closer to it, and it was a fake print. I mean, they had the glossy paper, they did, but the quality was so bad. It was very obviously done by somebody at home. It wasn't very good. Crouch down here to have a look at the bottom parts of the shelves. They got Catch Me If You Can. They got Spider-Man the Collector's Edition. I already got that. I had two of them at one point, because I accidentally bought one, forgetting I already had it. What else did they got? They had The Office Season 1 and 2 Season 3s, actually. Not really for me. They had Connect Sports and, Parks and Recreation, the standard stuff that you'd find regularly. They had a fair few games in here, to be fair. They had Connect Sports. They had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I believe, for the PS3. They had a couple. Lovely, this camera angle. They had another 360 game. I can't exactly remember what it was, but I checked on CEX and stuff, and they didn't trade in for anything. So buying it for $2 and trading it into CEX, it wouldn't make sense, because I would have lost money. You know what I mean? So I always look at stuff like that to trade in. But anyway, that's it. Off to show you the haul. Alrighty then, I'm home. I'll be quite frank, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I kind of just procrastinated a bit, but hey ho, we're here. So yeah, I didn't get much. You kind of saw, there was a fair amount there, but there wasn't really a lot that I was looking for, that I had on my list, something like that. So I only got 2 things I'll show you now from the Salvos. First one is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Rick Moranis. Let me just turn that around so you can see it the right way up. It's like that, and it was $2. Pretty good deal. I'll just open the packet here. As you can see, it's got all the stuff in it, disc, it's got the chapter, so it's the real cover, so nothing to worry about there. Always do this if you ever go disc hunting, always look at the bottom of your disc. Now if you see, it's not actually, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on here, it's not actually too badly scratched. It's oh, there's me, hello. It's a little bit hard to see on camera fully. You can see a couple of minor scratches, which is I mean, it's pretty standard for any DVD or something like that that's been used. Yeah, it's pretty good. And Honey, I Shrunk, that's a little bit terrifying, isn't it? Look at that. Got Rick Moranis looking at you. Yeah, it's a little bit terrifying, but you can't go wrong. $2 for a DVD is bargain. The place I normally go to, the Salvos I normally go to, it wasn't the one that I normally go to. This one has it for $2. The one that I normally go to has it for $1. So yeah, pretty good haul. I think 2 DVDs. I'm on the first one. Pretty good movie. This is one from my childhood. Absolute classic. This is. Yeah, I will be taking the stickers off. I do take the price tags off my DVDs. Or it was $2. This is an old price tag. Yeah. Pretty happy with that one. Put that to the side. And the next one, now this one is a banger. I do got to warn you. Got Igor. Come on. I actually have no clue how good this movie is. It was just one that I saw a fair amount of times in my childhood. It scared the shit out of me as a child. Hope it won't do the same now. Yeah, the spine, as you do. I didn't show you the spine of the other one, but it was nothing special. Yeah, Igor. Absolute classic. I don't actually, like I said, I don't know how good this movie is. I should rewatch it. I can now because I got it on DVD. So I did take a bit of a risk on this one. If you look at the disc on the top, there's a couple of fairly big scratches on it, as you can see there. You can see that a lot better. There's a couple of fairly big scratches on it, but I looked on the bottom of it, and I'll see if I can try and get it in the right light. It doesn't seem to be any deep scratches. Like, it doesn't. There's me again. Doesn't seem to be anything deep in it, so it should play fine. And it's got a couple of minor scratches on it, but like, I've mentioned, it's pretty that's pretty bog standard with any used DVDs. You'll get a couple of scratches. So I'll see if it plays, and I'll let you know right here if it does. And yeah, it comes in a black case. I don't know if this is a original or if this is like a reprint. I have absolutely no clue. This doesn't out on the back, so I don't know. It's definitely a real printing at least. So absolute bang. If you don't know it, watch it. It might be awful, but just the nostalgia of it makes it nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just them two. Saw a couple of cool things in there. Like I pointed out, that was the manhunt and stuff, and too expensive for my blood. I didn't really have a lot of money. Well, I did, but I wasn't really planning on spending anything more than about $20. So I think, not too bad. Only 2 DVDs, which obviously, obviously you'd want maybe a little bit more. But I don't think it's too bad. 2 fairly rare ones I've come to find. I've had Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on my want list for a while. I haven't had Igor. I kind of forgot about it until I saw it today in the store. But yeah, I haven't come across them at all before. I don't think I've come across not even like a fake copy that someone's ripped. You get quite a fair amount of them in the charity shops and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. You want to look at the spine for this one? Wrong way. I'm working backwards here. There we go. Yeah, I don't. Not much else to say other than 2 fairly decent movies. Cheap, $2 each. You can't complain. And welcome additions to the collection, especially considering these are like childhood movies. You know what I mean? So something to reminisce on. And yeah, I will add them to the pile. Right, here we go. Adding them to the pile. Shoddy camera work there. Focus, focus, come on, Dexter, lock in. There we go. Another one added to the tremendous 2 piles. Yeah, we're getting a bookshelf soon, so it won't just be like this, all stacked up, but nice one. Alright, there we go. All done. Absolutely smashed it out the park, methinks. Yeah. Thanks for watching this video, I guess. This is my first video. Hope it went well. Hope you enjoyed it. So I've got a couple ideas I want to do, and I'll try and get cracking on them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Cheers, lads.